see the walls, then see them fall. You break through them.
I've witnessed how education's been throughout the years, and lately I've seen that education hasn't been the way it should be. There have been a lot of budget cuts, wage cuts, and just overcrowded classrooms.
Students should take action and finally do something about it.
We just want to show that we actually care about what's going on in our education, and that we actually care about the issues that are going on, and that the teachers aren't alone. We're going to help them because they've helped us.
It has been 50 hours since we started this pledge, and we have 13,000 supporters. This is happening. We're serious about this.
Students are never represented, no matter what BCTF says about smaller class sizes or less special ed students in a class, because ultimately the students have no voice in this matter. It's a pure case of employer versus employee.
We have a very good education system in this province. It is one of the best education systems in Canada. It is, in fact, one of the best education systems in the world. Typically, British Columbia would rank around 5th or 6th internationally, so that's very good. I do think there are some things that can be done better. I think the management of special needs resources and the allocation of special needs resources can be done better. I think what we need to have is much more collaboration between teachers, principals, vice principals, superintendents, education assistants around the management of special needs resources. But overall, I think the dollars are there. I think we need to make better use of those dollars.
Personally, the whole situation is bad.
From any point of view?
From any point of view, because it's bad timing in terms of asking for a wage increase. It's bad timing in terms of wanting smaller class sizes, because smaller class sizes just means more money needs to be put into the education system, which who knows whether or not the money is actually there.
We have our own education platform. We know that class size and composition is critical. The conditions under which we teach are critical to the ability for children to learn. So government could adequately fund the system. We finally come to Bill 22, the final piece of legislation, intended to rob us of our voice, intended to absolve government yet further of its obligation to fund adequately public education.
Well, what we aim to do with Bill 22 is, first of all, bring an end to what has been an unconstructive and pretty much unproductive collective bargaining process gone on for 1 year. I think 6 out of 1,109 issues have been resolved over that period.
The only thing that's going to get everybody back is to legislate them. But the teachers will be unhappy. The government will be pleased because they'll get what they want. The teachers will be really unhappy, and, well, it could be another 10 years before the relationship's ever fixed. Neither side are willing to compromise at this point, even though they said they are. And unfortunately, the losers are really just the students, not really the teachers, not really the government at the end of the day, because they're both going to get something out of it.
The case here, Bill 22, I guess, is the latest examples of potentially a legislated solution, although we have put in front of the parties the opportunity for cooling off period, for mediation, and I hope the parties avail themselves of that opportunity, and I hope find a mediated settlement and not leading to a legislated settlement.
We cannot be complicit. We cannot be compliant. It is our professional obligation to speak up on behalf of kids. That's who we stand for. That's who we represent. And that's who we will advocate for, even in the face of a piece of legislation that is intended to stifle our voices.